Today's discussion, we're going to talk about how 276 Shop came up with carving out kennels and what made us start breeding dogs. So, first off, when we started breeding dogs, we were breeding dogs with no papers, we had no education, we didn't know what we were doing. I started off young breeding dogs. I had dogs all my life basically. But when I first did my first breeding was with an American Pit Bull Terrier, for my knowledge, no paperwork or anything. And the dog, his name was Apollo. And then I bred him to another American Pit Bull Terrier from my knowledge. And that dog was Cherry. That was my first litter. And I want to say Cherry had at least she had big litters naturally. We did a natural breeding. I didn't really know, but we had two dogs, from our knowledge, look like pits, and we bred them together. And I didn't know anything about giving a dog dewormer, giving a dog vaccines, having paperwork on dog to trace the pedigree and to see the generation where it come from. I didn't know about that. When I started breeding dogs, I was 11 years old. And that's when we had this first litter going on down the line and continuing to do the dog. We bred that dog maybe 3 times. And I remember the first real dog with the paperwork. When I say real dog, I mean dog you could trace the pedigree back to the great grandparents and on. I got a third generation pedigree paperwork, and that dog was CTDK Uno. CTDK Uno, when we had him, we bred him with CTDK Bella, and we produced them. They wouldn't let us register them with UKC due to the pedigree, so we had to go ABKC because on the breed, the dog would say American Pit Bull Terrier, but that's when the bully stuff was coming out. Like, bully breed, the American bully, is just almost 30 years old. It hasn't been out that long, but now the exotic bullies, where you see them low to the ground, real big heads, some with tails, some with not, and the real colors and stuff, those dogs are slightly new. I would say they've been in the game since the 18th century, but just for a kennel club recognizing them, that's just only started about maybe 10 years ago. Some kennel clubs are different. Some people are just doing it 5 years ago. So you can't necessarily quote what I'm saying because there are like almost 30 to 40 different registries depending on what you're breeding and what breed you have, what kind of style you have. So it's like the main one I started off with was UKC. Then I went to ABKC. After we got out of those were the American bully. Then when we shortened up and got to the exotic bully, the short dogs, like the Miyagi blood, you know, and some of the Dax blood, because those are the real starters and the originators of the exotic bully, where they come from, the whole format and the foundation. You have the top 3 dogs would be Miyagi. Then you have Bolo, which Bolo is a Miyagi son, and you have Dax, which Ed Shepherd, RP Ed Shepherd, RP Dax, he created Dax. And if I'm not mistaken, they took him from UKC because he didn't meet the requirements of American Pit Bull Terrier. That's when he come out with USBR registry and USBR, because I have that registry as well with the exotics. And I want to say he was the founder and creator of that. And if anyone disagree with me, please put in the comment section. For my knowledge and for my research, Ed Shepherd is the originator of the USBR registry, and that belonged to him. Now, I don't know who run it now, but I know like the ABR registry and the other exotic registry, which we have that as well. We have the dogs either triple registered, double registered with different registries. It's going to say the same thing. The dog is going to be with how you triple register a dog. If you have a dog that's UKC registered and your dog is an exotic bully, but on the paperwork it says American Pit Bull Terrier, if you go to something like USBR, you send in that front and side photo of the dog along with the pedigree. After they do their research and their resume, someone has to approve that dog is indeed an American bully slash exotic bully, and we all know they originate back to American Pit Bull Terrier. You know, so that's why on some dogs, what you would see, like, only thing that we do with the deal with the pockets are different. There's a different style from the exotics. You know, they're much taller. They have more close to the terrier than this right here. This is a nano dog. You know what I'm saying? This right here, he's going to be teeny. He's going to have a big dome, low to the ground. See, this one is not a pocket. This one could be considered a micro nano. Now, we can't say that right now. He has to get full grown. He has to be at least 8 to 10 months for us to judge that for height and weight and structure. You know, people go crazy off of color. I'm going to tell you this, man. Look, you will not get no clean dog, this well-bred, functional, exotic bully like this. And some people know how to do it. But this right here took many years and a lot of knowledge, a lot of studying to able to get the dog to be able to be that small and to be able to run and jump and be active. If I would say more than a pit bull terrier. But see, the dogs we breed do not breed to be aggressive. We breed them for looks and designer. You know, these dogs right here, if you were looking for a guard dog, you're in the wrong place, because these dogs right here are for looks. You know, and this is why we breed. We're not breeding necessarily just for looks. We want a dog that has great temperament. We want a dog that has great, you know, back structure. We want a dog that has great front, you know. So that's why when we studied this, it's not just putting two dogs together. One dog has to complement the other, or the breeding cannot go down over here at Carving Out Kennels. So that's why what we do, we take it very seriously. And then it's about, with the revenue and what you charge and all that. First comes what fire breeding can we put together to make two dogs complement each other? You understand? And they come from many years of trial, tribulation, failure. And then when we finally clicked it and we finally got it, oh man, it's been up ever since then. And that's why I say, follow us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, Rumble, Carving Out Kennels. I am 276 Shock. And I will be doing more videos like this, because our people that we dealt with over the years, it's some dogs that we sold about 10 years ago. People sent us photos of them and show us updates. I love when I could sell a dog to someone that I don't know, and they send me updates of it many years later, and the dog looks healthy. The dog still look like a young pup, because the quality of the food and the diet, what they have the dog on, people who take care of their dogs, is more than just owning a pet or owning a dog or wanting to get rich or wanting to, it's not a get rich quick scheme. You understand? This right here is work. Licensed breeder, licensed animal salesman, Carving Out Kennels. Come check us out, man. If we can't do it, we know somebody who can. That's what we stand on, man. Carving Out Kennels, man. Check us out. Follow us on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, 276 Shop.